let's get into this. So it's Sunday. It's a great day for tournaments. It's a great day for all that kind of stuff, and I'm ignoring everything. I'm doing what I want to do. So, as a professional poker player, I give no shits. I just do. I want to play that for monies.
I like it.
Literally. Well, that's not a very positive EV position, you know. The respected value in the tournament is graded by 1.8%. And shut the fuck up.
Yeah, fuck off and lick my spleen.
Lick my spleen. Do what I want.
Oh, that's funny.
Like I feel better about Sundays now, but I still don't love them for tournaments. Let's put this over here. And we can move that down just a wee bit. And not quite. We can move that up a little. There we go. And it's a whole bunch of 50 NLs. And we're going to get some 10 NLs in here too. I think we want to go with, yeah, that size sounds good. And right about there. Just get everything settled and squared away, and we'll get into this game's. Oop, first hand's playable. Ace 10 off suit.
I forgot I have these.
Okay, so I'm on all the 50s. Yeah, I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna
Get
be
off my clothes,
friendly.
bro.
Whatever, I'll sleep in there. Could have definitely raised this pre, but you know what? Start out being comfortable. And we'll get on a few 10 NLs. Just the good ones, please. Thank you. Oh, they all look pretty good, actually. Alright. Okay. That's not a 9. A lot of limping going on.
Whole lot of limping going on.
Literally. So I'm going to change that and make everybody hate me pretty soon. Starting out at 27-30-22. After a record-setting down day, had a record-setting up day and got everything back. Kind of the way to do it. Okay.
Bruh. Get
What?
off my clothes.
I want to lay there. Okay, this player's very short. This one's very deep. This is kind of awkward. I would raise that, but this player's only got 16 bucks, so I imagine he's going to limp jam a lot of hands. Alright, you can have that one. Go ahead and check there. Nope, nope, nope.
Damn, if only these were a little smaller. It's way too Excuse me.
I'm standing here. You move around me, lady.
Do these shoes look funny on my feet because they're too big?
Yeah, they're a little big. I'm just going to go ahead and check this one. I don't think there's much reason to bet the flop. This is one of those not so great ones for me. Defenders are going to have some aces. I think we're going to go ahead and bet the turn. I'm going to have to bet river because a king would also call check flop and call turn and but fold river. So I think the delayed c-bet's what got it.
Whoa, yeah, that's the breeze. So.
I was going to say, if they're that, you know.
I just had to try. Oh, God, I took them off without even unzipping them.
Yeah, I think they were a
I
little
pulled
big.
the zipper to unzip it, and the whole
And
shoe
the whole
came
shoe
off.
came off. Right, I think they're a little big.
They're so cute. They're only an 11 wide.
Yeah, but different companies, you know, make their shoes different, you know, widenesses.
Widenesses?
Widthnesses?
With?
Withens. Widitudes.
Widitudes? I don't think any of these are.
Different levels of swaffness.
Okay, now that I like. You know how I feel about swoof.
Swoof.
I like my shoes like I like them in. Swoof.
Do I want another table? Not that one.
Now, if these were wider, they
Alright. We'll just go ahead and try to get a little value.
the perfect shoe.
That's odd. Foldy, foldy.
They're so narrow. Ooh, those hurt. Jesus Lord.
Nope.
That's how I feel about those shoes.
Oh. I got a fresh draw. Okay. It's a good way to kill action. I think we can absolutely raise this. We're seeing enough limping going on. Now we're just going to take it down. I think that's enough for now. What is that, 9? Yeah, 9 tables. So this player's super sticky. We already saw that. I think we're going to go ahead and bet small. Yeah, that works better than a big bet. My man's flopping everything, and he's paying off with that top pair. Like, he just paid off in that 3-bet pot. He raised king 7, got 3-bet, and paid off top pair king when the other guy obviously had ace king. Kind of hilarious.
I could put on my chucks with that outfit.
Hmm.
I'm just more of a tinny shoe girl these days.
Got pairs all over the place. I'm gonna check that. May make a move. Kind of depends what the other guy does. Don't buy it. We're kind of just dodging spades, I think. And we're going to bet the river. Unless he hit the straight. Yeah, he hit the straight. Good to know. He would have been drawing dead. Awesome. I like the read, though. This is a little different. I think we fold. This is also different. We definitely call. Pick up the open-ender. Ace on the river sucks. Moron. Sucks. The only way that guy can call is if he actually makes the straight. Fool for betting the fucking paired board, by the way, and then not following through on the turn. There's a little bit of lag going on. Maybe there's a lot of people on WSOP. Doesn't look excessive, but there's a little bit of disconnect. Hey, what's up, the boss? That's a pretty good flop. I do think we want to raise. If he goes, it's usually just one pair. That 5 on the turn sucks. So I think we just and now the heart comes off. It's even worse. We check back. King, queen. Hilarious. Full value. Check. It's a silly little bet. Killing a turn's hilarious, because that'll cause some problems. Sure. See, there's a lag. There's like a disconnect between the table and the site. It's weird. Wow, that's a lot of dough to get in with just one pair, guys. Yikes. I think we want to go ahead and bet this one up a little higher. If we can get past this one, we should be okay. Yep. That's a board texture thing. It should be bad for my range. So we have to bet bigger, representing an overpair. What, no 4? I mean, go ahead, bro. It's yours. No, I'm still checking. You win it. No, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna bet this one's small. This can sometimes fuck people up, sometimes can look really strong, and we'll just take it down. And after the previous hand, I think we're keeping them guessing. I have no interest in this pot. Please, somebody bet. Better than 3 to 1. 3.5 to 1. That's not my flop. It's a dumb bet, sir, but you're gonna win. Aces. Full. Yeah, I don't. No, we're not allowing that small bet. See a limp and a min raise. I'm definitely gonna squeeze from there. Unless this dude's just trying to goat. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, great raise, bro. See, if he'd limped, I would have just raised, and then he could have just called it. But since you raised, you made the price way too high. But you didn't put in a real raise, so you made yourself a target. So I don't even always have to raise the ace-jack. But you kind of talked me into it. You win, sir. Oh, that's tempting, but I don't want to play out of position today. Oh, great decision, Josh. We'll just flop the joint. That's fine. Look at this. He's betting at it, too. Called. 7 on the turn. Could definitely be screwed. Especially if this guy gets aggro. Although he's overly so I don't think I would have gotten beat there. I think I would have probably raised the flop, gotten the money in on the turn, and rolled over the straight versus his pair, or trips. Top trips. Gut shot. Double gut shot. Didn't need it to be a spade, but we can't fold for that micro bet. Didn't make my hand, so no decision to be made. This is why you gotta bet twice, bro. I should have bet it on the end after he checked. Yeah, he wouldn't have called. You deserve to lose, sir. Okay. Nope. Check. You're gonna win. Okay. I got a worse flop. Alright, man. I just love it. You guys got $1 on the table. It's just flopping and folding. I don't understand. Checky check. 9's okay. Check the flop, see what happens. Let this one go. I think we can bet the turn. Oh, that's a good flop when you get 3-bet. This player is super aggressive. Queen on the river is kind of hilarious because he should have a lot of queens. And he thinks everybody thinks like him. I bet I almost got paid there. I think he had something, maybe ace kingy. Maybe he gives up on the turn. Yeah, I should have checked the river. Let him bluff. Hard to say. Gut shot. Who's this guy like set out? Okay. Who the fuck sits down and says, I want to sit at a cash game and min raise? Thank you. Make a real raise. Take longer. That'll keep him from betting. The hilarious 15% pot bet. Check raised. Oh my god. Of course it's called. I love the fourth spade. Watch this guy go broke with ace king with king of spades to ace jack. Problem is this man can definitely have a queen. But I think we gotta bet again. Sometimes we lose. I just don't know how often he gives up an ace. 7-8? Wow, that's hilarious. Okay, you're fun. We both have king jack. That's hilarious. How do you not get in on the turn, man? It's just a mistake. So we see a min raise from a new player. Yeah, now the deuces are done. I wouldn't mind the overcall, but when we see a 4-bet, obviously we got to give it up. Oh, and the cold call of the 4-bet. I mean, this really should only be aces or kings. I guess queens can be played improperly that way. I'm just going to lead at the monster. Look at the deuce on the turn. I think I might actually be dead, though. With 3 players in this pot, somebody can easily have a set of queens. Well. Nice. Bet, bet, bet. Yeah, I think I actually dodged a bad beat there. I think that player comes in with a set of queens a very high percentage of the time. So I think I would have gotten unlucky to get lucky. We're going to take the lead here. Nope. Nope. I'll make this smaller. I mean, that's typically better for me than a limper. We're going to go ahead and bet. Have to bet a little bit bigger, like we have a king protecting from the flush draw. Take it down. Ooh, 6s versus the draw, and he didn't get it all? It's kind of interesting. I mean, there's 4 players in this pot. This is kind of... I am going to attempt the small bet. I think we can check here. And check here. Do get called. Been a rough few days, been a downswing. How so? The 9 on the turn is interesting. And he leads for not. Yeah, this player is very basic. Yeah, congratulations, man. You got shot at it. I think he had something good. Like, I think he might have had, like, the flush draw with the 10, but I think he made the 10 right there. Like, I think he made the straight right there. Because there's literally no reason to bet that big going into the river. Unless you've had a flop flush or just significantly improved your hand, so... It's alright. He's very ABC. I think the ace-jack. I think we'll go ahead and bet smallish. Just to see what my friend does. Min raise. Alright, show me something. See, the problem is the guy behind. So, I don't expect this player to lead at all. I think he's trying to control the size of the pot. I'm going to make a kind of a sketchy move. Because if this player continues, I am fucked. But if he gets out of the way, I can take this one away either here or when a spade misses the river. Yeah. Spade missed the river. Check, check. Yep, I'm good. Ooh, the thin valve. Oh, he had a 2 pair. Oh, fucking shit. I didn't see the 2 pair. Why the hell did he just call? I don't know what this is. This guy's like just taking one shot. That's the guy who bet into me when I had the quads. I didn't see that he had the 2 pair. The min raise of the 2 pair is hilarious. Got third in the free roll in ACR. Nice. Those are always great. I'm just going to bet right at it. I could absolutely be beat, but I think it just looks better if we bet than if we check. I mean, there shouldn't be much here, and there are bluff opportunities, so I think if he doesn't bet the turn, I think we're okay. Nope, he bet the turn. Good for you. Check there, check there. I don't know about this.
I'm not going anywhere.
Nah.
No.
Tired.
Tired, not really feeling any outfit. Nothing's like inspiring me that I want to wear.
Well, I thought that outfit looked good.
It did look good, but I don't have shoes.
You don't want to just wear your high tops? I mean, they're black high tops.
No.
No.
I don't want to wear that outfit enough to get up and get dressed and go. You know, I'm just throwing it together. You know,
Well,
it's
I
a
mean,
cute outfit. I'm gonna wear it somewhere.
You know, it's a few hours, babe. You might want to go later.
I ain't paying to go, so
No.
if I don't get there now, there's gonna be. Apparently, it's $20 to get in Blue Martini.
I mean, is that unreasonable?
It is, considering I don't drink. Like, what am I going for?
Does that get you drinks?
No. But I'm saying, like, people go to Blue Martini and listen to music, drink, hang out with their friends.
Yeah.
I don't drink. These aren't my friends.
These aren't my friends.
So I'm just paying money to just be outside.
This guy's too short. I have to fold. Paying money to be outside. It's a funny thing to say.
Like, I'd rather just be home smoking my weed
I mean,
with my husband and my dogs.
sounds like the move. That was a nice squeeze there.
Maybe even stream later.
There you go. Okay, can I have King Queen like 7 more times in the last 3 minutes? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Lost 2 buy-ins at 10 and L and 5 and L. I mean, I get what you're saying, man. It feels like a downswing, but I wouldn't look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go up and down a few buy-ins in the average session. It probably means you're doing something right and you just got unlucky. I think we're just going to charge. There's not a lot of draws here, but I think we're just going to charge with the ace-king because we're going to see a lot of king-jacks and king-queens and things like that. It's kind of tough if he jams now. I think we check the river and we allow him to bet or bluff or maybe go to Value Town with a set because if I have king-queen, it's going to be very hard for me to fold. King 10, that was never good, sir, but especially not when I actually have the ace. You see how I have the ace? That makes it straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes it straight. What did I say you could have? King 10? Oh, yeah, I did say that. That's funny. Thanks, bro. Preesh. This is a fun bet. Only because I'm out of position. If anybody else had called, I would have called it. That was a fun... That was a fun little hand. He just gave me it all on the end. Literally no reason to bet. Ooh, look at this. Axion. This player is very aggressive. Yeah, I was going to say, if I had to pick somebody to not have aces, it's this guy. I mean, but kings, though, what are you going to do? Kind of wanted him to crack the aces. It's kind of better if the money's over there. Well, he's reloaded automatically, so maybe it's good that the money's there. We'll check the river here. There's some flush draws that may decide to bluff. It's a super small pot, so we can call quite a bit. That's a pot-sized bet. Can he really have 9-10? Yeah, he can. I wanted to see it. It's the only hand that really makes sense to pound it like that on the river. But for 6 blinds, I'm not going to fold. Overbets. So this is garbage, but the problem is I don't know what garbage he's doing this with. He could have garbage that has me crushed equity-wise because he could have the suited versions. So I think we just let it go. I'm going to go ahead and check. Queen on the river is kind of nice. I feel like I was maybe ahead on the flop, and now if I get a ton of action, I can definitely be up against a straight. We're just going to bet half pot and see what happens. Board can still pair. This player is very aggressive, but I don't see him betting a gut shot on the flop. And when it gets there on the turn, he should be raising because I'm kind of representing the king. I think I want to just call this because of the short stack. Yeah, there's the raise. Check. I mean, the problem is he can also have king-queen. He can also have sets of nines. He made that bet pretty big, though. Ooh, he didn't go for it. I really thought he was going to go for it. Ace-jack. Interesting. See, here's the thing. You have all the blockers. When you have the ace of spades and you have a jack, I can't have as many 10 jacks. That's true, and I was the raiser pre-flop, but I'm also going to have more king-queens, and I'm not going to have any flush draws. So when I'm betting, it's pure value. So I don't know if you want to raise that like that. I'll bet if the river had paired, he would have fucking went apeshit. If the king hits the river. Like I said, though, he's just very aggressive. A lot of these double queen flops. Yeah, I ran into some of those spots, didn't make sense, and I just lost to a better hand. Happens, man. Go back not to the last session, but the one before that, and you'll see me get second placed about 9 times. Where it was like, well, this makes sense and that makes sense. Okay, fine. Oh, he has the one hand, and that just happened like over and over and over again. But don't worry about it in the short term. Set would have been so great here. The min raise under the gun. Raise the queens. It's an odd bet, sir. He likes betting big at scary-ish boards. It's going to be very easy to bust him when you flop something good. I don't see too many reasons to bet here. I'm just going to check. I mean, except for the random 6, like, what am I really worried about here? Other than the, look at this. So you have 6. So you should only have a king. I'm going to do it. This player bets. I am going to call. He has ace-king. Yeah, he has one pair. Thank you. Okay, the 8 is fun. Why'd you min-bet? Yeah, right, my queens are good, right? Why did you min-bet fold? That's so hilarious. Like, I know I'm gambling when the other guy's not coming in, but we're already getting the right price on the money to make the gamble there, so. Only had 9 outs, but didn't need much of them. Gonna go ahead and bet. We don't have to bet big here. Once we get past this guy, we should be okay. Yep. You can't limp call a raise and then see that board and not expect to get bet at. So we get led into here. See, I lead in with the 8, but not many other people do. My question is, see, if there was one heart out there, I think I would continue. My question is, do I have the equity to continue? And I don't think I do. Gut shot, and I don't know if those paired cards are any good. I'm going to check this one. This player's still betting the same. I'm just going to check. Yeah, he can have a lot of kings, right? Yeah. Ace on the river's pretty good. I think we can bet to not show down. He may call us with like a 9 or a 3. Why did you bet? Why would you bet the turn, sir? Oh, he had the other. Look at me. I got lucky. He had the ace-high flush draw. See, he should have went for it on the river. Well, but then again, no. I guess, no. I was in the position to bluff the river. But I hadn't really set it up, so I don't think the 10s is going to fold. That guy's very donkey. He is, what you say is a donkey.
The thank you, it's Afro girl, made it to Oprah, girl.
Oh.
Oprah didn't discover her. She gonna be rich now.
I always think back to Dave Chappelle's jackpot fantasy, where people win the lottery or whatever. His was getting Oprah pregnant. You see this? $5,000 an hour. This is Bruce Lee's uncle. He's teaching me shit.
That little girl, her name is Cassidy.
Oh.
She has... Shut up,
She's not impressed.
She has like 24,000 followers. They've started a brand with her.
See, if they partnered with a black-owned hair care company.
Well, they've partnered with... Remember Afro Unicorn?
Oh, that's perfect.
They have a collab coming.
Called, thanks, it's Afro. Just put out some product.
Well, she has a whole brand.
Yeah.
Called It's an Afro. She has a website. It's
oh, okay.
She has her own shirt. She has her own merch.
As she should.
One of the shirts says, "You can't go around touching a black girl's hair."
That's a good shirt and a good public service announcement that a lot of people need.
Right?
It's right there with touching a pregnant woman's belly.
Thank you for saying that. I used to hate when people walk up to myself.
I'm just not for touching strangers.
Right.
I mean, I lived the hair thing, you know.
These little T-shirts are kind of cute, though. I might have to get one. It's got like a caricature of her.
Oh, that's cute.
And she's wearing a shirt that says, "Thank you, it's an Afro."
That's very cute.
Oh, my stars.
Okay. Let's play a wacky one. No? I'm going to go for the check raise. If he has an ace, we should see continued action. As long as he doesn't have too many aces. He can have one ace. He can't have two.
Little chuggy kid. Oh, I just love her.
The idea here is to get the money in thinking when he thinks we have a flush draw. So he can definitely have the suited ace. He had 3 aces. That's funny. 10. I mean, I have a set, bro. Your re-raise isn't even smart because your re-raise can kill your own action. Like, if you just jam over the top of me, you look like you have one pair. That's not bad. Yeah. Fold that one. We'll call here.
Looks like a grumpy old white man, this cat.
Man, why the 4? Anything but a 4. Ah, it's such a bad card. Because this fucking idiot, I don't know what he's doing behind. Oh, that sucks. That 4 is the single worst card is a 4 or a 5. Like, I wouldn't even mind a king too much right there. That's the single worst card is a 4 or a 5. Player bets full pot. Well, I don't think I can fold, although I do think there's a fair amount of time on beat. But I don't think I can fold. Player calls. I do think we bet again. We're just trying to get value while we can before we're beat. The cold call behind is kind of gross. 8 on the turn. Man, these are not good cards. What's up with these ugly turn cards? I mean, if this dude's... Yeah, that's the thing. When this guy leads out, we're just crushed. We're just crushed. Like, this is 2 pairs. This is straights all day. We're totally out of there. Yeah, 5-8, 2 pair. With the flush draw, redraw. Look at that. I mean, it's just... And it's smart that he let out. I mean, it's very smart, actually. Because, obviously, it can look like a draw to people who aren't paying attention. Very bad card. I don't love this, but I can't fold the ace. I mean, this is the kind of guy who would check more often than bet. We're going to let him. Wow, he should have bet that at least on the turn. I just don't know if I keep taking a shot or drop back down. I mean, we've talked about this, man. I don't think there's much room for you to drop. I think you got to stay... I mean, I don't know how much you built up at 5 and 10 and L, or at 5 and L, but I just don't know how much action you're going to get for lower than 10 and L, you know? This is awkward. Don't look at it as taking a shot, man. I mean, just play there until you're not comfortable playing there with the amount you have left. I mean, you don't have to look at it as, you know, like you have a, you know, we had this discussion. You have a job. You know what I'm saying? You have other things. You're not trying to make your living, you know, playing poker. So, I mean, personally, if I was you, I really wouldn't worry about it. I would just keep playing where you want to play. This is stupid. This is a blocker bet with a better king or a 4. Or the nut flush. He bet way too low for that to be the nut flush. That's hilarious. This guy makes the straight. He was leading at second pair backdoor draw. That's unbelievable. I think if nobody else raises, we are going to. So flyer makes an open. I actually think I'm going to 3-bet this one. I think it's just too good of a spot for steals. It just, damn it, I got timed out. It just seems too good, and his bet's kind of off. And I think he was kind of talking himself into it. All right, well, he calls. It's kind of bad because he can have a lot of king-queen combos. I do think we bet, and I think we bet reasonably small. And take it down. Look at that. 7-5 doing work. It's a situational thing. Like, he just shouldn't have a lot of aces. And when he shouldn't have a lot of aces, he shouldn't have a lot of, you know, the best ace he's usually going to have there is ace-jack. And when it comes off ace-king-queen like that, not that I'm saying ace-jack should fold, but when I bet small like that, it's like I'm just trying to get raised. People think you would bet, like, and honestly, like, if I wanted to get called, I would probably bet a lot bigger. Well, it depends. Depends on the situation. Although I think he was just farting around, and he might have had a pair and just called from there. This is another one. I'm going to raise this situation. That's a good raise. That's a really good raise. I'm not going to get the squeeze spot, so. And I think on this one we have to bet bigger because if we had a king, we would want to protect against the flush draw. I think we're going to flick a bet out here. I mean, yeah, I'm saying I have a deuce, but I have a deuce. Really? So what did you flop? I'm just going to check this. I'm trying to decide. I don't know if he's always... well, he's committed now if I call. I mean, obviously. Pocket fours, that's hilarious. I fold. He might have just been checking a king there, a good king. It's fine. Nine's pretty good.
Let's see why people like chocolate chip pancakes. It's disgusting.
Ooh, aces. I'm trying to keep track. It looks like about every 25 minutes I'm getting aces today. Which seems about right with 9 tables, I guess. Yeah, that's about right. Forever calls. Look at this. Guy sits down, gets it all in with the most aggressive guy, and the dude just happens to roll aces on him. So, long pause, and then a call, and then a super quick check. I think we are going to bet for value. Sometimes he, yes, is going to have 3-4. Sometimes he's going to have some 2-pair combos. There's a lot of draws that just got there, but I think we'll find out pretty quickly. Sometimes he's just a dickhead who's holding a deuce and doesn't know what to do. I think we just check this one back. We're heads up. Why not? I'm going to let him see the whole board. Probably bluff catch on the end. 9s are good. Why don't you bet? You don't think 9s are good? Player raised out early. I do think we call. 6 is nice. He could definitely have a pair here, like in his hand, but I don't think we can fold. 6 in the river is fun. I mean, should he just have aces here? Should he just have aces? Or like jacks or something? I mean, I'd basically just be jamming on him here. Alright, you can have it. It was kind of formulaic, but I probably should have raised the flop to find out. But I think the way the board runs out, I'm better off just calling, taking equity. See, this is why I didn't do what I was going to do. I was thinking about raising here. This is the min raise. Can I flop the quads now? Versus this min raising genius? Of course the ace comes off, just like the best fucking flop for him. I'm going to check. Sometimes he's going to have like jacks, but he's going to have a lot of aces. Yeah. Min raising the ace-9. Okay, well, he's not getting away with that anymore. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. No more limps. Sorry, guys. No limps. Flop the gut shot. I think we just lead at this one. Right about there. I think we can take one off here. check. And let's raise this. Might be good. He's going to have ace queen a lot, though. Ooh, look at that. We are going to re-raise every min raise because that's dumb. $10 right in the door. I think we just bet at it. And I think we bet at this one, kind of small. I mean, does this guy have ace queen that he's just calling pre-flop? Kind of hard to believe. We're going to re-raise. If he does have it, we're going to get it in. That's fine. Nice play, bro. You have no outs. Running jacks in the river is pretty good. Hey, look what I got paid with. King 7. There's that King 7 again. He loves that King 7. Guys, love your min raises, man. Ooh, pair and a diamond draw versus a shorty. Not flush versus the shorty. Remember what I said earlier? Tony Stark. Oh, I didn't know if I had to, if I responded, you stepped away. What I was saying was, you were saying that you didn't know if you should keep taking a shot or drop back down. What I was saying is that you're playing the most low reasonable stake, right? So I don't know if there's going to be enough action for you below 10 and L. Like, I don't know how much you built up with 5 and L. You know what I'm saying? So if there's sufficient games, then I guess it's okay to do. But I don't know how often that's the case. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your schedule's like and what games you find and stuff like that. But, you know, personally, I don't think you should look at it as taking a shot. I think you should look at it as you're playing 10 and L because you have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, you know, we've had this conversation. You have a job. You know what I'm saying? You have other sources of income. It's not like you're sitting here, you know, with a high school education and dyslexia, you know, trying to make your money playing poker online, which doesn't sound like a great idea on paper. But you know what I'm saying? So I think you're going to learn more at 10 and L than the money's going to matter. You know what I mean? I think 10 and L is a good base where people are trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not just saying, fuck it, it's 50 cents, I'm going to call. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying, and you're learning how to put people in positions where you can stack them when you have good hands, and you know, you're learning nuances of play and stuff. This is fucking hilarious. Really? Well, that's how you win a pot with 2 pair, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I if I were you, I wouldn't step down. I would take the time to invest more in your poker education, and you know, get a subscription somewhere. Make sure you use Poker Tracker, and you know, sit down and think about what your bills are per month. Like, I literally did this, you know, back in the day when I was supporting my roommate, you know, playing live. I figured out what approximately the monthly costs are for how much I had to win, and then it was like, you know, when he finally started working, it was like, okay, man, I need this much a month because he wasn't making too much off the start, and it was something, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to, you know, reasonably. Well, this is kind of odd. I'm gonna go ahead and just bet. I think we can call this one. Ooh, that's a good card to pick up when you speculate. I'll check back. Oh, when we ran it out on board. I'm going to make it look like a bluff. Ha 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 ha. Sucker. This is kind of odd. I do think we want to go for the bet here. I think sometimes we're going to get it through. I think if he doesn't raise here, I think we're going to get it through. The 10 on the river is kind of gross. It makes way too many 2-pair and straight combos. I think we have to check now. I think that's just a killer. Yeah. I don't think, yeah. I don't know if he was going to go for that because it's way too aggressive to keep betting there, even with ace-king. Like, when I check, I'll bet he thought he lost. Look at this call. Leading right at a set. 4 on the turn. I'm going to keep betting. He's going to have more outs now with 3s and diamonds. I mean, if he has exactly the ace-3 of diamonds, it really sucks. 9 in the river. He can have 6, 7. I think we just check here. I don't think we get paid 3 times. We may get a draw to bluff. We're calling. Nice play, bro. That's why you check the river. That's so fun. Oh, I hit the pair. Oh, shit. Like, I knew he was on the flush draw. Pair and a flush draw, though, he probably should have gotten it all in on the turn. Because at that point, you're going to get me to fold aces a lot. You only have 1 card to come, and you don't have that many outs with only 1 card to go. So that's where he should have made his move. Like, calling the flop and then raising the turn. I mean, I'm not going to fold because I actually had a set, but it would have been really tough there with aces. Of course, I had a set. So, you know. I'm okay. Five and L is worse for me. 10 and L has over average buy-in of gains. Yeah, I think you need to stick to 10 and L, man. I think you're running into the fuck it level on whatever sites you're playing at where people just have to see it. Like, you see me do it at 50 and L where I'm like, this is weird. I don't know what this guy's doing. I rarely win here, but I think I got to see it. And then I call, and it's like, oh, okay. He had top 2 pair. That makes sense. It's a little weird, you know what I'm saying? But the things that I learn about these players is worth the money. So I think you just stay at 10 and L, man, and budget for that. And, like, let's say you have a job where, you cover your monthly expenses, right? And you all your groceries or whatever the fuck. You cover your rent and all like that. And then at the end of the month, you figure out how much you have. And then at the end of the month, you say, okay, I have $200 left over. Is it such an awful thing to invest in your hobby and say, okay, I'm going to take $100 and just put it on? I used to do this when I was working. I would just put $100 per paycheck online. For me, it was $50 back then. And just build my online bankroll because I needed, more to play. And at that time, I was only playing 2 days a week. This is when I was, whatchamacallit, working at Radio Shack. But, it was smart. And it was the kind of thing where, I had this extra money left over. What the hell else am I going to do with it other than I'm going to sit around and jerk off with it? I mean, this was my hobby. This was the thing I wanted to invest it in. So I took advice that I read from, I think it was Dusty Schmidt's book, and decided to invest in my hobby. And, and I spent a reasonable amount on books after that, That king on the river is kind of gross because sometimes I get bluffed. Fucking idiot hit the king. How do you not bet? The jack on the turn, I really thought he was going to bet, and I was going to go for the check raise. Like, I know he's just betting garbage, but the fact that he hits that fucking king on the river and doesn't bet, it's like, you're a fucking joke, man. Like, because here's the thing, how bullshit does it look? And if I have anything, I'm going to call him, right? Even ace high can call him there. It's another spot to get a set in. I mean, the problem is there's a king on the board, and I should be protecting it because of the flush draw. Well, that's an easy way to fix that problem. You want to get it in? We can get it in if you want to get it in. You want to get it in? Top 2 pair? No good. Thank you. No good. So you got 2 of those and 2 of those. I got 3 of these. This is not good. Yes, because when you re-raise and I jam, obviously, I only have ace king, right? That's the thing. That's the thought process. Fucking dickhead. Let's cut the whole world in contempt. I think I shouldn't have checked this turn. I should have bet the turn. I think I let him hit 2 pair straight on the river there. I think that was bad. I think, it's 2 pair. I think he hit 2 pair 7-5. I really do. I really do. I don't know why, but if I had a gun to my head, I'd say that's what it was. It's all right. We're doing good. Up 110 so far. I'm just going to check this. I think it's fine. I've been doing cash games masterclass. I found a lot of mistakes I was making post flop. Yeah, man. The first time I went through the cash game masterclass, I had the same reaction. I was like, oh shit, I'm betting way too infrequently, and I was betting way too much, like quantity. So I started betting more frequently and betting smaller, and then based on flop and turn texture, resizing my bets. Look at this run out. He's never going to call, but I just don't want to give him a showdown. Nah. All right. I don't want to play it for a call. I was thinking it's a great re-raise spot, but I think I need ace-jack suited there to do it. I don't really like it offsuit. I just don't think I have enough removal. And, I have to make it, 22 pre-flop. I really don't like it. I'm going to lead right at this. I'm going to check because there are a lot of straights that I just made with that king. And I think we can bet the river. Yeah, he folds. I think we both had the 10, and I probably had him out kicked, but there is a good chance he could have had ace 10. Never king 10. He's not going to fold that. I also had kind of an advantage growing up because my parents were always very encouraging of any activity me and my brother wanted to do. So they always put us in classes and things like that. And I learned a lot from having different coaches and different things. That if you have something that you're passionate about, it's kind of what makes life worth living. So I was a pool player, I was a fencer, I was a bowler. I was a lot of things. Never anywhere near as good as I am at poker at them, but. I got early on. I learned the concept that you don't just invest time in your hobby. Sometimes you actually have to invest money. Like the best players in the world. I mean, the best at anything in the world. They spend thousands of dollars. To be that. And sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it doesn't. But if you ask them, if you before they made it, you talk to Olympians, they always talk because they're not even competing for money. You know what I'm saying? They don't even get, they have to get corporate sponsors afterwards. I always hear these interviews where they're like, yeah, you do it because of this and that and the other. And you really come away from these interviews thinking, holy shit, these people not only love doing this thing, they're, compelled to do it and to be as best as inhumanly possible because they have no other way to live. They have no other concept of what life would be. And it's really hilarious when you think about how much they put in and how little they get out, but they just love it. If you think about it from the wrong perspective, then they're losers, right? They just wasted all that time and money, but if you ask them, no. This is kind of awkward. I think we want to take one off. Yeah, we just had to bet this one twice. Had a ton of equity there. And once the board pairs, he's just fucked. Once I keep betting, it's it never looks like a flush draw. That couldn't be an 8 one time. He's got king queen or ace queen, which is fine. I mean, either way, I'm gonna have to take too much heat. I think it's a good bet by him. Two to one. Okay.
This says the name of this car wash is Daddy's Car Wash.
Yeah.
And on their electric sign it says bottoms blasted here.
Funny.
At Daddy's Car Wash.
Sounds about right. That's gross. Is this guy really not going to bet the river? I mean, I had the world. Could I have gotten anything if I had led? No, he had ace jack. Eh. Okay. So we see a limp and I raised. And got called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And the limper leads. You win, sir. He's just going to have pocket eights way too much. Look at the call behind. Ace on the turn. 10 jack definitely gets there. I mean, ace king is there. Ace queen just should never win here. This can be king queen sometimes. But it's just going to get snapped right here by one pair, right? Look at the king jack. What the fuck is that? That is some high-level horse shit right there. Yeah. Ace is okay. I mean, this guy's just getting in with anything for this. So if everybody folds, I'll call. This is kind of hilarious. I gotta keep an eye on that. I would have had him crushed. Yeah. Alright, you win, bro. I mean, does he just always have an ace here? I'm not 100% on this. He's supposed to have two pair. Yeah, he made two pair on the turn. That's the only problem. The bet on the river can only be there if he has two pair, and ace queen would be so rare. But yeah, bluffing or chasing out draws on the wrong boards. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to remember, when you're chasing out draws, you have to consider, if you make your draw, will you get paid? To me, that's the biggest factor. I don't know what's going on here. I think we want to raise. This is funny. I mean, I look tilty, so... But this player did originally raise. I think when the ace comes off, we just check. If he gets a set here, he's going to stick me. He bets the pot. Yeah, I don't buy that. If you have ace king, good for you. Pocket tens, right? Yeah. Nice try, though. Sick try, bro. Why'd you call it off? I love it. I lose $20 the previous hand, so this guy thinks I'm going to go off for 70 the next hand. Woo! That one's a good one. Yeah, that ace queen dead in the middle. Also, I should stop trying to slow play. Yeah, fast play is the new slow play, man. You hear me say it all the time. The biggest mistake that I think players do at lower levels is they slow play way too much. Like, way too much. Fucking guy just gave me his whole stack. I mean, and on the flop, he bet the full pot, which is never strong. But why did he call off when I jammed? Like, why did he feel the need to call off here? I mean, could I have a flush draw? I guess, but what flush draws am I raising? When the ace is out there, I should never have a flush draw. Right? I should just always have an ace. Like, that's a slow play to me. But you saw how fast it was. It's a slow play for exactly one action. Where when I check and this moron is dumb enough to make this big, scary bet, and then I smash it in his face. It was a one street, you know, or one action slow play. I don't slow play very much anymore. Very rarely. It's more useful in tournaments, I find. Just because people have tighter ranges, so if you're in a little wider and you end up with some kind of monster, then it's also easier to get paid off by top pair in tournaments, I find. Because people do understand that ranges are tighter. Did I seriously just get check raised from the late position person? Well, I'm not folding. This is an easy fold. Alright, you win. Thanks for the draw. I think we can bet as though we are protecting a little bit of something. Maybe like a pair of 10s, a pair of 7s. Check raise. Interesting. This is usually just to control the size of the pot, which means he should be on a draw. And the most common draw he's going to have is a flush draw, so we're going to call. The 9 on the turn is kind of hilarious. When he keeps betting, yeah, he's got it. There you go. He's got top pair right there. If he checked the turn, that's a different story. This, I don't like much at all because of the player behind. I think I have to give this up. If there was nobody here, I would call that. It's just there's too many. I probably should have led the turn after checking the flop. Okay. It's okay. It's not great. We're just going to check and see if he wants to bet again. He can kind of control the tempo. There's a lot of good bluffs for him there, though, but I don't think he went for it. He probably had the ace of diamonds and didn't go for it, right? He had ace queen and he didn't go for it. Interesting.
I look at people sometimes and think, really? That's the sperm that won?
Seen that one before. I'm just going to call the ace queen here. I think it's okay. Keep my range wide. Shouldn't be a lot of bets coming from flyer. God damn it. If it wasn't for the player behind. I'm going to lead this. Yeah, see? I almost went for the raise, but I really think I would have ran into it. This is not. Why are you? You're not charging anything. What are you doing? Don't bet a king. That's not a spot you want to bet one pair, so I'll bet he had the same hand as me. This is fun. I'll let it go. Look at this. People are losing their mind today. Like, what? They got this in pre-flop. King Jack. What's going on with his... Oh, his battery probably needs to be changed. Ah, that sucks. Now I have to see this flop. Oh, the batteries are right there. We'll get it in a minute.
I'll do it later. He needs a break anyway.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna switch seats. Damn it. I mean, it doesn't matter. This player is very aggressive. But I'd rather be on his left, but it doesn't matter too much. That's not bad. I will say losing that much did make me study more for 2 days. Yeah, and here's the other thing. That's the other benefit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you can get something out of, when you make mistakes and, you're supposed to be learning, you're not trying to pay your rent. So, study, getting motivated because, looking back and then the thing that I love is when you got stuck in a spot and then you're sitting there and you're and you think about it for a while and then you kind of forget about it, right? This usually happens for me in tournaments because I tend to replay the tournaments in my head afterward. And then I'll forget about it, wake up the next day and just start studying things, I think randomly, like looking things up on the site and looking on YouTube things. But then I'll find the exact spot and learn why it worked against me and learn what I did wrong and be like, oh, shit. And then it just all becomes very clear and you go, well, fuck. And then you don't fall for that spot again, It's those to me are the cool times when study comes through. Like I said, man, people don't get better by playing poker anymore. They get better by studying. The game's progressed too long. I think this is a situation we can bet and be confident in the ace unless we get raised, really. Or be confident that he doesn't have an ace. Raise or re-raise. I'm getting out of the way here. Ooh, queens. Yeah. Let's open that one up. Let's check that club draw. Ace comes off. Just going to go ahead and bet half pot. I do think we have to bet this. I think we can fold that one. I think we can raise this one. That's a different one because we just open up to too many... we open up to too many bluffs if we check. That's way too connected to be good to bluff at. So I'm going to check and hope a 6 comes off. You can have it. Seven Dewey. That's one where you have to bet the flop, and then you check the turn and the guy goes off at you. People will float that board 90% of the time heads up, where they would never think about doing it in a multi-way. I think we want to go ahead and bet the turn here. Man, that guy called really quick. He could definitely have 7s. I think he can have some aces. He can also have 10-jack. Kind of depends on how much he bets. That bet kind of looks like 2-pair. I'll let it go. Oh, I think my man's tightened up for his value range. Fold this one. Thank God. Did not want to have to play that at 9-1. Apparently everybody else doesn't mind playing for it at far worse. This full pot bet is hilarious. Watch him just get screwed here without a pair. You don't fold ace-king here for $11. So I bet you this guy did everything wrong. You should check that board with ace-king, and you should not fold once you've bet that much. So this is very tempting to call, but I think there's too many players involved already. So I am going to 3-bet. All right, he just folds. I think this player opens wide, but he's not value betting the river light. So I think pre-flop we can abuse him quite a bit. We are absolutely going to ISO somebody who's dumb enough to do that. Ace Jack isn't bad. We'll just bet small. Get called. That's a whole lot of not good for me. I'm going to check. I think we keep checking. Jack on the river is a very nice card. I'm going to bet half pot and hopefully get called by like a pair. 7s or something, or 9s. No. I think I was his best. I don't know what he had, but I think I was his best with king high. He could have had some aces, I guess, like baby aces, but I kind of doubt that. The min raise, min re-raise is hilarious. Okay, well, if you guys are going to play dumb, I'll take a ride with you. So this is fun because the straight is very disguised when it comes in. Ace on the turn should slow this guy down. Free card. No help. No. I don't think we can bluff here. I think he's just going to have too many rag aces. Yeah, this is fine. Ace king. Wow, but the queens get there. How do you not re-raise? That's hilarious. I think he should have bet the turn when the ace came out for sure. I mean, there's a reason why the guy called you is because he didn't think you had anything. You got no value. All you did was open yourself up to get bluffed. And then on the river, you were just beat. That's kind of hilarious. Ooh. 2-4, 2-2, 2-2. I made a $400 withdrawal because I got to redeposit to get the bonus, so that number is actually 28-2-2-2. should be more 50s going by now. Hey, appreciate you guys all being here. Didn't realize y'all were there. Just hope the cards are in my favor next session. You know what? Hope for that all you want. We all want a great run, but just hope that you studied enough before your next session. That's kind of a more attainable goal. But, you know, look at everything as a learning experience, man. I know it's very cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. It's good advice that's been given hundreds of times. How you gonna bet this? He wanted to. He probably should have bet the turn. I call. Oh, thought I had it. Don't do it. 7. Oh, I'm right around it. Well, I think if it goes check, check, we are going to bet the turn here. Really with this? The problem is I have 2 players behind, and they're both in the blinds. It's like, it just sucks. Like, if we were heads up, I'm probably raising this fucking guy. Speaking of raising... I probably should have just bet the flop, right? Fourth flush. Player calls. I am going to go ahead and bet like I'm protecting an overpair. If he wants to go, we will absolutely go. 2 overs and a flush draw is too good. He's just going to have too many single pairs. I now have a gut shot. I probably could call and bluff the river, but... Oh, look at this. He picks up the open ender on the turn. This is why you do that. He was fully willing to give me his whole stack there when I should just have aces. That's hilarious. Ugh, that is annoying. He had no read on me. He just saw that he picked up a draw on the turn. And it's not like I could have checked the river and gotten the bluff off. But leading into me is just ridiculous. Yeah, I'm going to call this one. I think if I hit this right, I look tilty. I couldn't have beat him with fucking aces that hand. Check. I mean, and I could have just checked the flop, but I think the end result would have been the same. Because I'd have bet the turn and he would have raised, and that would have been that. I mean, and I didn't bet that flop. I bet that flop at 2/3 pot. And he called specifically for that one card to come off on the turn. That's kind of bad. And then he left. That's alright, I've stacked them plenty of times. I'll get you. I'll get you again later, buddy.
You know that Dirty Bird Campout Festival I've been wanting to go to?
Mm.
It's literally starts on my birthday. It's October 6th through the 9th. That makes me like, now I'm like, oh, I have to go. Like, it's my birthday. And the tickets just went on sale. I'm going to have to buy an RV pass.
Yeesh.
But they offer payment plans, so that's kind of cool. You can secure your thing with like 10% down. So I'm noticing a lot of festivals doing that. I think with the pandemic, they kind of have to.
Yeah. Well, because they probably don't have the reserve capital, and you probably can't insure the thing for as cheaply anymore either. You know, because if the pandemic kicks back up, it pushed back EDC 5 times.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And they have to insure those things because there's a whole lot of money they have to put out. And if they get canceled, you know, they collect on the insurance policy, so the insurance is probably through the fucking roof.
That's probably a smart idea. Well, the 10% is $490 for the RV spots without the hookups. The ones with the hookups already sold out. The tickets just went on sale. Like, oh yeah.
I mean, there's people who plan ahead for that.
That's so true. But I don't. Well, if I do like the little RV I was showing you, will I need hookups for anything for water, sewer?
If you wanted to have water and sewer.
But won't it still have water and stuff on a direct? Like, there's still water and stuff.
Well, you don't drive it with water in it.
Oh, I don't know how this works.
I mean, it'd be like you're hauling water. You can't, you know. Your gas would go through the roof. No, I'm sure nobody drives with a thing full of water. I mean, believe it or not, I don't have that much knowledge of RVs. But I'm pretty sure.
What?
You don't.
What do you mean you don't have all the knowledge in the world?
I didn't say I don't have any. I said I don't have, you know, a ton. But I'm pretty sure you wouldn't fill up your 1,000-gallon whatever the fuck and just drive it across country with gas prices how they are.
Okay, Katie's asking the same question. She's like, so we'll find the answers. If I can't use my shower and stuff in my RV, then I'm not going. Because that was the whole point, was for me to be able to go in.
That's what I'm saying. I think you need the hookups for that. I mean, it would run on a internal gas generator, but yeah, you just have to get the water from somewhere, and it's not like you can just take it out of the lake or something. It has to be, you know, pumped through the thing. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm rehearing myself talk about that ace king hand. Yeah, I bet 3/4 on the flop. He should have gone away. Calling there and then picking up the open ender when you could just be, he literally had 4 outs because he can't hit the diamond, ace or 6 or 4. So he only has, he can't hit any of the 4s because I have the ace, and there's an ace missing. So yeah, he 4-outered me on the river. I mean, he was ahead, but that was not the spot that he thought he was in when I have an overpair. I think we want to bet this one just to kind of pot control the river. Small bet looks pretty scary too. Plus, what do you have to call me here? Do you have a queen ever and check it twice? Kind of doubt it. So that's just a nice little pickup. We just kind of, that's one of those ones where everybody's sitting around the poker table just going, and it's just like, and everybody's like, somebody bet something, so we can just fold the hand. It's great when you see those looks on people's faces and you just flick a bet out there and they're folding almost like thank you. It's like, no problem. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Just gotta make sure I'm not in any hands here. Yeah, I think I'm out of them. All right, I'll be right back. Sorry, was muted there.
We were all grateful.
Bitch, if I had that button in real life.
Huh?
If I had that button in real life.
You know what? You'd never use it because you just love the sound of my voice.
I'd wear the M off that
I
bitch.
am the love of your life. I am your wife.
Ugh.
And even though the sound of my voice gives you strife.
Go get a knife. Give me a sec.
Don't you dare pick up that knife.
I guess that's the real me button, a knife.
Juge, can I get as comfortable as you?
Sounds like a you problem, lady.
Take my goddamn squishes and then get more comfortable than me, bitch.
Just because you don't know how to use them.
Oh shit, I just had the urge to sing Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Uh-oh. Somebody's pregnant.
Who's knocked up?
This is a limped pot. There are ways to get excessive action here. And I think betting is the one. We see a lead out. Yes, this player can have a set, but when we have top two, we're not overly concerned unless he 3-bets monstrously. Sometimes the bigger the bet means he just has something like ace-4. Yeah, but he just goes away. Hey, speaking of ace-4, working out well.
No, I need the socks and the humble socks and feet are so cool.
I'm just going to call, check the turn. The hand's going to look like a draw a lot. Love the ace of hearts on the river. So this fool goes ahead and bets again. I'm going to raise, try to make it look bluffy. Nope, he ain't got nothing. I mean, he's got ego 0. And if we want to get more money in, that's the only way to do it. I guess that's a slow play that I endorse when I've just got the board crushed. And I feel like the player will see what I'm doing as a bluff. I guess that's a slow play that I'll do. But I think that's fairly standard now. So it's not even really like a slow play, right? This doesn't make much sense as one. Get a 6, post it into position. This fool bets the full pot like an idiot. Ooh, walk. Nope. Okay. Check.
It's crazy to think that this time last year I was in school.
Right. And still had a little ways to go.
Right.
The fuck is this? Ace 10 off gets me in trouble so much. My standard play for years with Ace 10 off, honestly, I don't always recommend this much anymore, but I felt like it was the minimum good ace, and people played a lot more shitty aces for a raise, so I would limp it. It was my only limp once I adopted a positional philosophy on raising. It was my only limp, and it was very unorthodox, but I knew by the way certain players bet that they also had an ace, and I should be able to outkick them because they were going to roll ace 9 and ace 10 and stuff like that. I think we just go ahead and bet here. We're going to go ahead and bet the river. If he has some showdown value, he's not folding. But sometimes it looks like I'm trapping. He's going to 3-bet me big. I'm going to let it go. Same player, by the way. So that can have an influence if, like, they give up one on one, you give up one on another. I do think we call here. But I don't recommend that ace 10 play anymore. It's the same energy as when you see me soft play an ace queen from the blinds. Okay. Make a 7. It's not bad. Make the king over here. Well, my man's taking a long time. Bets kind of reasonably. Jack on the turn's a great card. So you shouldn't have a lot of those. I think we just call here. I don't think we fold. I think we check the river. He should have only checkbacks unless he has exactly Jack 10. I like this check here. I was going to lead it, but I can sometimes check it. Problem is when I don't have the clubs, he does. This is interesting because of the way I'm playing it. Check the river. He should be betting again. I think mostly he's full of crap and he should be betting again. He can have a lot of 2 pairs here. And if he has the king of, well, he doesn't, but I'm going to make it look like bullshit. Yeah, that worked. Ooh, he ran out of flush too, see? Sometimes you just got to go for the gusto. It's funny because I was thinking any card other than ace, I'm calling the river. And any diamond, I'm going to check, raise, jam it. But the ace of diamonds, that's a great one. Just sitting there with the pure fucking unadulterated nuts. There was actually a time when I first started playing Baus where I was probably about a year into playing. This is way back. This is like 2003 or 2. So I was about a year into playing like more often, not full time by any means. I had, a family, a lot going on. But I did have like 3 to 4 nights a week where I would put in good sessions and it was all sit and goes. And I realized that about a year in that I didn't understand the concept of ace king, kind of like this player. So I decided, you know what, if I don't understand it, then I'm going to remove it from the post-flop play. And I decided that I was only going to play ace-king if I could race it. And I would open fold it at certain points in sit and goes. Imagine in a 9-handed sit and go, open folding ace-king in first on the first level. That's what I was doing because I truly didn't understand the dynamic of the hand, and I felt like it was costing me too much because this is also before c-betting was very common. You know, you were opening to 3 or 4x pre-flop all the time, no matter how big the blinds were. So, you know, the hand just cost me so much, and I dropped it, and I immediately went on a huge winning streak of sit and goes, and was just absolutely crushing. And I decided, you know, and I was sitting there and I was like, how do I study it? And it took me 6 months, and this is when you had to go through books, and there were like online forums like 2+2 and shit like that. And I started just reading about ace king, and the ultimate irony happened where I had figured out what I wanted to do, and then the next day I was like, okay, I'm going to bring in these specific situations to play ace king. And I ended up winning the biggest. I did the scaling up thing, and I ended up winning the biggest sit and go I'd ever played at that time. It was $100 sit and go with ace king. Actually, it was my first hand and last. Well, not first hand, but it was the first hand that got me some chips, and it was the last hand of the tournament. And it's just one of those funny coincidences. So, unless this player has an ace, we should pretty much take this down. Sometimes this player has like 2 pairs, but this is kind of rough when the river comes off a club. I think we just check now, honestly. I don't think it's good because I'm representing the ace, and the ace wouldn't bet here. Yeah, he's got the club. You got it, bro. I 3-bet this player and get the king. I'm going to play the trap. I felt like if he had anything reasonable, he would have bet the turn, but when he doesn't bet the turn, we might as well just try to get value out of like a pocket pair of 10s. Like he can have hands that he can call with, but he can't bet with, like 10s or 9s. Some jacks, like, you know, queen jack. He's never going to have ace jack because he would have bet that, but queen jack, 10 jack, you know, those are reasonable-ish. Sometimes I win here. Huh. Ace queen off. Ace king off. He could have just checked that flop. Chase too much with ace king. Yeah, you're going to find with ace king in situations where you can't be the aggressor, you're going to end up folding it a lot. Like, you'll see me 3-bet ace king and then just get the worst board 3 ways, and it's just like, well, I check. You know, and then somebody bets and you go, yeah, well, that's a bet that makes sense if they had a pair, you know, which they should here, tens, jacks, whatever the read is, and you just go, all right, I fold. And you can always move on to the next one. That's the thing that you don't realize until you've been playing a little while, is that you can fold. And it's funny because Jonathan Little said this in one of his webinars. He's like, you can fold and nobody will ever know what you folded if you don't show anybody. He's like, even if you tell people about it later, they may not believe you. And it's true. There's a situation where I folded aces pre-flop in a tournament that I was chip leading. And I don't know how often people believe me when I tell that story. It was the smarter move. I ended up winning the tournament, which is the justification. But it was a live tournament at Harrah's, and it was just way too much action, and I was the chip leader. I had like 2/3 of the chips. There was 5 of us left, and 4 guys were all in ahead of me. And I looked at I was sitting right next to the dealer in the one seat, and it comes around to me, and I'm on the button, and I look at my hand, and it's aces, and I nudge him, and he looks at it, and he doesn't make a reaction, and then I just said, I folded it and put it on the side of the muck right underneath the palm of his hand. And I just gave him a wink, like, make sure you show these guys. Because they were already all in. And these guys, you know, got all in like that. And he goes, okay, gentlemen. He makes all the side pots. And he goes, by the way, your chip leader folded this. And he rolls over the aces. And I was like, yep. And they were all like, what the fuck? And it was queens and kings and jacks and nines. Or tens and nines. Queens and kings and tens and nines. And the nines actually won, and we went down to 3 players. And, you know, I was happy to have folded it because I would have lost a huge advantage at that time. Like here, I just 3-bet this one, and I don't really feel like I can bet it. There's 4 players in this fucking pot. Credible likes to 3-bet me a lot. I don't think I should be folding it to this player very often. I'm going to see what happens, though. Yeah, everybody folded behind. It's fine. When this player's in the small, I kind of might have to be a little bit more aggressive. So this is how it goes with Credible. He wins these little $4 ones, and I win the $80 ones. He's going to 3-bet a ton, and he's going to win a bunch of those. I don't know if he thinks he's winning on that move, but I've kept track of it. He's not. Because he overbets the C-bet way too big when he 3-bets. And it's the worst play. Now, do you give up, Toby? If he has a deuce, I'll puke. We absolutely bet. He's going to call with all aces, all jacks. Really? Why would you bet twice? Think I'm just not going to pull the trigger? Like, Credible, this player seriously sits down to my left to do this to me because of how wide I open. But as soon as I realize he's there, which is usually after the first time he 3-bets, like I didn't realize he was on the table. Like, you know, he's over here on this one. I usually tighten up on those instances. But I'm going to loosen up on my 3-betting of him. This player doesn't have enough chips. If he gets 3-bet, the money's all in. I'm just going to fold the ace-3 hearts. Like, I think everybody had the same impression. This guy has $20. There's no reason to give him action. But we can absolutely raise his blind. Okay. We have to bet quickly here to make this look right. We're trying to get called by a jack. Gee, do you have a jack? Oh. These are fun. Really? How does this fucker have ace-6? That deuce is the worst card. It's always a flush draw. This is so gross. Damn it. Like, he should never be... The problem is, I might need the full house. Like, he should only be raising... It's because the deuce came out. Like, if he had the 6-7, that's one thing, but I don't think he'd have raised it. The problem is now he can have ace-3 and 3-6, which is highly possible. This sucks. I think I have to give it up. Yeah. I could have checked the turn. I kind of didn't recognize the deuce of spades as bad as a card as it was, but it's a super bad card because the ace-3 suited, and there's 3 different combinations that are going to be there. The ace-3 is going to call, which gut shots. I think we want to sit here behind the money. Did I fucking lose this one? What table do I want to get off of? So I'm going to get on this one. I think we just blocker bet here. Sometimes we run into a deuce, but I think we have to do this. I could do it here too, but I don't think it's as necessary. I think we're just going to get bet at by like a jack more often and like queen 9 and things. And especially this player. This player is going to bet all the time. So we're just snap calling him. He can have a king for sure. Shitty king. He had ace king. That's hilarious. Guess I should have led the flop. Which one do I want to get off of? Wow. This table doesn't have as much money on it. Pretty easy call. Ace on the turn's kind of bad. but should be worse for him than me. And we do have another player behind, so I don't know if I've ever seen credible check, honestly, though. That's a bad bet. You're gonna get crushed here, bro. In this situation, you're gonna get crushed a lot. He just makes big bets and just doesn't think about it until after he gets raised. And I don't abuse it because I get paid off enough, because he also doesn't fold very much. When you're up against players that don't fold, just keep betting. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this one in the top right, I think. So we're going to put this over here. Fold this one. Yeah, I think I want to. This is the ace-10 play right here. I'm going to soft play the ace-jack. I think we call it for the back door. All right. He can have too much equity against me now. He can have a jack sometimes, I guess. I don't know if you want to bluff this board, really. Yeah. I bet I could have bet it again and won. Although, I don't know, that player's kind of sticky. I mean, great play, bro. Should I change out one of my 10 and L's? Yeah, I should probably get off this one. I should probably get off both these. I should probably get off all three of these. Wow, I didn't realize how well I was doing on the 10 and L. That's nice. So I guess we're getting off this one. Thing is, nobody's raising a 5 here. It's got outs. That's one of them. Never has an ace because he didn't raise. Never bets a 5, or never just calls, or never raises a 5 there. I think we can bet that one, represent a 10. Diamond on the turn's kind of worrisome. Gut shot and flush draw back door. He wins. Pick up the flush draw. My very aggressive friend. I'm taking extra time because I want the flush or straight when it comes off to confuse him. Damn. Yeah. I could have bet that river for sure. Could have bet that river for sure. That's kind of frustrating. Like, my hand looks like a queen. It doesn't look like a draw. I don't think I recognize that. That's probably pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But I'm trying to get it all, you know? So, I think if the club comes off, I think we get paid quite a bit when we bet. I don't think the straight gets paid as much because it also makes a. My friend has been very active because it also makes a one-liner with an ace, so it makes the wheel. It's pretty good. Queen's damn good. If he goes apeshit, I'm gonna love it here. I don't know how often he's got anything. Aces, wow. Well, nothing I can do about that. He's going to have ace-king there way more than aces, obviously. He's also going to have ace-queen. He could have had pocket queens, but his bet on the flop was a good bet. It looks like ace-king. Sitting just above even now because of these bullshit hands. He 3-bet pre-flop. The ace comes off. That's so funny. I just got aces cracked the same way. Like I had trip aces and the other guy ran out of straight. That queen on the turn, though, it's a good check. I mean, when I bet and he jams, I haven't seen a showdown yet. Maybe that was the thing there. But I'm never supposed to fold there. I'm just not. Even though it's a huge fucking, 120 big blind, 120 big blinds effective each. I'm never supposed to fold there. Because he bets half pot and we call. He checks, we bet half pot, and he goes all in. I mean, maybe I can get away from it. But I really don't think I'm supposed to. I'll have to run that one later. It's annoying that it's a bigger pot, but what are you going to do? Usually he's just going to show me ace-king there. And I'm going to be good. What can you do? Oh, that's annoying. I think we have to check now. There's too many two pairs and straights. King, queen. I didn't think this guy wouldn't bet the ace, the king, queen. Does he think I'm bluffy? Ooh, I made a set. This player leads at me. I'm gonna raise him small, see what he does. Sometimes he goes nutty. He just calls. I think he might be on a flush draw, so we're going to charge him up. Sometimes he has 8s here, and we just get it in. All his fancy play is so cool. But a lot of times he's just going to have 9-10 or a club draw. I think the king killed my action for sure. I'm not going to play the ace-jack out of position. Like his lead out on the flop is an effort to protect the or control the size of the pot. I probably should have went bigger. Because he was definitely going to take one card off. Ugh. I wanted to play it, but I felt like this player behind my 3-bet. Player is short. He did raise and call a bet. He bets half pot. We call the king on the turn. I'm never folding now. If he has a king, it's just too bad. But you don't. Nice catch. What's it like to be so bad at the game and win? Like when that king comes off, that is the like if he had checked the turn and then jammed river, he's probably still getting paid because it still looks like bullshit. But he gives himself a chance. There, he got the money in with, what is that, 6 outs? Yeah, because the board can't pair off. Oh, my man just lost his mind. I mean, ace-king, but it's still kind of silly. That's annoying. I'm just going to check the spade draw. Open-ender, double gutter. Or open-ender gutter. Jack on the turn's pretty good. We can actually bet for value. There's the straight, and somebody else is likely to have a straight too. We see a bet. I am just going to call. There's no real reason to raise. 6 in the river kind of sucks. This player bets 10 bucks. I'm going to click it up. I'm going to check this one. I'm just going to min click because we don't want to lose a 10. But this player shouldn't cold call with a flush draw. Clean river. I'm doing it. If somebody's got the flush, then congrats. But I look like I have a 10 and I'm bluffing. Yeah. That's a big old pot. What is a big old pot? That's a nice one. Betting that river is super awesome. Like I could have left $75 in value on the table there. That was a super awesome river jam. That's pretty awesome. That really makes me happy. I'm glad I recognize that spot as never being... Like, somebody's going to have a 10. This guy having a set is hilarious. The diamond on the river just made it easier to get called. I mean, and look at this river. Like, literally, I have 24. They both have me pretty much covered. So I would have given up $50 in action. It literally doubled the size of my win. And I bet you they're over there going, what a fucking idiot. I mean, the guy with the jacks overcalling is an idiot because what is this guy calling with? Like, the guy has a set of jacks, I get it, but there's 2 guys betting in front of you. There's a one-liner straight and a flush possible. So, $5. He's got, well, now we can call. Ooh, why is it all spades? Why is it so spicy? Okay. This is off. That bet's just not good. I'm gonna let it go. I think it's fine. I mean, all he had to do was bet small. Kind of like here. I get snap called. I do have outs, I believe. I don't know if I need them. That jack's kind of interesting because I do make a better straight. But of course the one-liner heart is out there. So I don't think we can call any bets, especially since the 10 of hearts is out there. Like, straight flush. Like, the ace of hearts isn't even the nuts. But, I mean, that's why he didn't bet it. Because the 10 of hearts out there, if I check raise jam, I'll bet you he doesn't call. Oh, don't fucking tell me this shit. Oh. Little glitch there. Sorry, guys. Ooh, 7-ball right off. Ooh, and I flop the flush over here. I'm going to bet right at it. I want to see what he does. He calls. I'm going to bet it again. I'm going to raise my buddy. I'm going to bet it again. Nice bluff. This is annoying. I think we do have to call, though. 5 on the turn's pretty rad. Jack on that turn is pretty rad because it's a club. He may bet a queen 3 times. It's kind of hard to say. This is kind of rough. I'm going to let it go. Nice aces, bro. I could have raised, I'll bet I could have raised the turn, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to check this one. It's 2 pair, but there's a one-liner. I just don't think I get called here. I want to play that hand so bad. It's so pretty. But I can't. I'm not going to post here. Can I get on this other 5-10? Or 50 and 0? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. That's going to replace one of these. I think we can easily bet here. Look at this action. So my hand only looks like a flush when a flush draw on the turn when I bet it. player checks to me and the 5 comes off. I'm just going to check this one behind. Make the flush. We don't always get paid here, but I don't think betting the turn would have changed much. This player bets. Yeah, he made the straight. I kind of figured. I can actually get raised and be good here because of the lack of betting. I mean, I would have liked to have bet the turn, but my hand only looks like a flush draw. And I don't think anybody even had enough to call anything on the turn. So, whatever. This is a pretty good table. I'm going to stay here. I don't know if I can get on the other one. I think the other one I still have to wait. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I've been on this hand for 100, or this table for 160 hands. I don't really love my position because of a couple of the players behind are in the wrong spots. I like these players here for sure, but this player's not really paying off, so you kind of have to cooler the fuck out of him to get paid like he did to me. So he's stupid, but he's stupid when you have everything. So it's not like you're winning big pots. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'd love for him to be on my right always, but with the wrong players on my left that are 3-betting and making him fold pre-flop, it's just not a good idea. So I'm going to ditch that one. Can I get on this other one? I think I have to wait. Okay, I'm going to join the waiting list. Yeah, I think that's the other one that I doubled on. I'll fold. I don't mind this table. It seems like it's slowing down, but there are players that are on other tables that aren't here yet. So I kind of want to jump seats, but this is a silly raise. Let's open the ace-10. We'll fold this one. All right, it got filled up with players that I like seeing on the table, especially a player who posts in first. And he made that choice. There was time there. It wasn't like it was an auto post. I think we'll just check here. Yeah. Occasionally, because this is a short stack, he's betting the jack, but I don't think we can fold with the backdoor flush draw and the 7 just yet. If this player comes along, it's kind of the worst case scenario. All right, now we're pretty much done with it now. Unless the guy just keeps betting minimum. 7 on the river is fun because the same player will bluff. And I think he would have kept betting, so I think we call here. Yeah, he's just going to have a 7, right? Yeah. He's never going to have the jack. Raise it. Nope, I got to wait 7 minutes on this one. And I don't know. I don't love the seat. No. He's full of crap. I look like I'm full of crap. Anything but a club, motherfucker. Just kill my fucking action through the floor. That's what I'm saying. Like, he only does dumb shit when you have it all. Like, that's never a bluff. No, I don't care who you are. Nobody's bluffing that board. He just doesn't have the ability. Because he's not supposed to. I'm glad I raised it, though, because if he bets flop, turn, and river, I probably have to call. Okay. You win, bro. Same guy who was on my right at the other table. Ooh, that's somebody I want to play against. Asking. See raise. We are going to 3-bet. Yeah. No. Ace is okay. Get cold called by the shorty. So we're looking for an ace. Or a king. Just checking. And we're going to bet enough to commit him. I mean, if he's got a full house, it's whatever. Ace queen. Good play, bro. Like, my hand just looks like bullshit. I don't know what he thinks he beats. But he was just looking to get rid of it. Incredible. Player behind's an idiot, but what are you going to do? Probably should have called that. I'm going to go ahead and bet the turn here, just for a little bit of river control. I think we just check. Yeah, we chop it. I mean, I'm going to bet it again, but I think we're just going to get raked off. I don't think he ever folds. That's cute. Pick up the flush draw. 10 on the riv. I don't think I can get any bluffs through. Oh, look at that. You had the queen high. I actually could have gotten the bluff through. I'm glad the diamond didn't come off. I'm having a real hard time seeing when the other player has a flush draw. Normally that's something I'm pretty good at. That sets. Well, no, I did spot the one earlier today when I had the 10 high or the king high flush, and the other guy had the little baby flush, and I got the max. So this player led small and then calls my raise. I think he's always on a spade draw, but he just folds when I bet the turn. I think we want to go ahead and bet here. Take it down. Could very well have had. I think I had the best hand. I think it's important to acknowledge too when you have the best hand. Like, you're not always a fucking genius, you know. Sometimes everybody's cards just sucked. Player leads out. I mean, I raised. I'm gonna re-raise, and he just folds, right? Yeah. Don't let these donkeys do that shit. This is a remnant of the past, where people would sit there and go, well, "I got to bet to find out where I'm at." No, you don't. If you don't know where you're at, you shouldn't be on the fucking game. TJ Cloutier famously, back in like '06 or '07, had an interview with Card Player Magazine, and they brought up the fact that through his career, he never bet to figure out where he was at. This is one of the winningest tournament poker players that ever lived. It's a shame he became a degenerate gambler at the end. But he basically, they said, you never do the thing where you probe your opponents and figure out where you're at with a bet. And he goes, well, yeah. He's like, if you don't know where you're at, you probably shouldn't be sitting at the table. Where you're at is sitting there with the best tournament players in the world. So if you have to bet to find out, you're just not paying attention, is what he used to say. Really nice guy. I actually did get a chance to meet him, and I shook his hand and told him, hey man, you're my favorite poker player of all time. And he was like, oh really? What have I won recently? And I said, recently? Is last year recently? And he was like, yeah. I was like, you won the Deuce to 7 Raz. And he was like, holy shit. And I was like, yep. And the year before that, you won 2 bracelets, one of them in this and one of them in that, and blah, blah, blah. And I think this is a weird one. If we get jammed on, we're never folding. Wow. Something glitchy going on with WSOP. The animations have cut out. So it's kind of looking strange to me. I think they're having a server issue. It's not the worst thing in the world, but can definitely fuck me up for timing. Six X open. Okay. King's pretty good. Okay. I think we definitely call. Really? Okay. I'm not sure, and when I'm not sure, that's it. Really? That's kind of close. Nah. What was he doing with that ace queen? That's the fuck it, That's when people have been getting, scumped for a while, and they're just like, fuck it, I'm taking a shot. Getting 3-bet by the button, I definitely think we want a 4-bet. And we're obviously not folding at this point. Player just calls, the ace comes off. I do think we check and try to get it all on a later street. I mean, unless he has 10s, it's whatever. But I think we just bet less than he has. Yeah, I think he just has queens or kings there. And that player has seen me check the top pair way too many times. I could have checked the turn. But what are you going to do? This is speculating. 4's pretty good. I mean, when this player leads out, it's not awesome. But I don't think we're going to fold if we just saw a call behind. Yeah, not with 2 calls behind, because that ace pops off. I'm good. Okay. Yeah, this should only be 2 pairs. So as unlikely as it is, 4-3, 8-10. This player cold called me in the big blind. How you like that? I do think we bet right about there. Player calls. We're just going to keep betting. Obviously, we're not folding now. I think we can check this one. That 8 should freeze him. That's a nice takedown. The 250 on the end is kind of blockery. I don't think we can fold. He had me out kick with the 3. That's funny. That's a good blocker. He shouldn't bet it, but if you're gonna, that's the way to bet it. haven't flopped a set in a minute. In about 45 minutes, as a matter of fact. I haven't had a lot of pairs in the last 45 minutes, but had a few. I really haven't had a lot of pairs. I had some deuces. I had those fives. I had a pair of eights that I was able to take down on the flop because I 3-bet pre. I had a pair of, was it jacks? I think it was jacks. I do think we want to call here. Queen's the worst card. There's a lot of queen tens out there. Ace queen obviously is a thing, but it's probably the worst card. There's no bluff here. King queen is not going to fold. This is king queen a lot. He should just be betting for value versus an ace right now. So I think if he bets like 7, maybe you can get away from an ace, but I don't think you should. Ace 3, yeah. Man, that ace would have been, or that 8 would have been good. I could have won it if I had like led the turn, check raised the flop and led the turn. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, were those hands both suited? They were both suited. I probably would have had to check raise the flop, and then I would have gotten rid of the guy who bet, and then the other guy with the backdoor draw would have called, and I would have bet the turn, and he would have folded. But I mean, what am I going to do? Play a hyper aggressive, you know, not exactly nutty draw? Got queens. Now I'm getting some pairs, but they're bigger ones. Not that I'm complaining. Player limps out of first. He is short, but we definitely want to ISO versus him. Just makes it easier when we reduce the stack to pot ratio. Call. That's pretty good. This player did limp. I think we do bet as though we're protecting a queen. This player checks. He can definitely have a flush, but I think we want to bet here for protection and pot control. The turn comes off a 9. I think we're going to keep betting, and if the heart misses the river, we're going to put him in. I mean, he's going to have a lot of flush draws is the problem. I can't fold at this price. Yeah, he made the 9 on the turn. He made the 9 on the turn to have some showdown value. That's annoying. That's annoying. It's a great call. You know, the bet on the end is a great call because he's never going to fold there straight up. So we gave it the opportunity for him to just call and then fold to a river bet. But we definitely don't want to be folding when we have overcards to his brand new showdown. That's so funny that he hits a 9 on the turn. Because if the heart comes off, I don't lose another nickel. That's a lot of kings. I got 3-bet. I mean, we can both have all the kings. I'm not supposed to have very many of them. I'm going to take a second here. 8 on the turn is kind of bad. The heart, I mean. He bets the full pot. I don't think I'm folding. Right? Who bets the turn like that when you have a king? What are you doing, man? Who bets the turn like that? On a paired board. Look at this, jacks. Hilarious. I made the straight. I'm going to lead out here. I'm leading into an ace. I get raised. I'm going to re-raise. He's going to have 2 pair. He's going to get it in. 1 pair? No good, sir. See, this is the thing. I'm leading into the ace. People see that their hand is improved to its best possible outcome, which that is top pair, top kicker, and he's just incapable of folding it. So, like checking and raising there makes a much bigger impression because we check and then raise. And remember, we're trying to get all the money in. So leading out into the straight when you know the original raiser just improved his hand like a motherfucker, it's so important because people just pay off. Ooh, 242404. It's actually 2800, but like this lead out should only be 2 pairs. It's kind of hilarious that this player is so short. Should be able to take this down. I mean, right? I mean, you lead out into the shorty, it's probably a good idea. Nice play. Man, I had queens and then jacks and then kings. And queens again down here. Isn't that fun? Your mom's box raises. I am going to re-raise, even though it's very wide open. That I have something good. But I just don't see him having self-control. So when he has any pair or ace-king there, he's going to go apeshit. So some players you have to give them the ability to hang themselves. This is a different scenario with the ace-10. Like this is one that I love. When we hit this 10, we're going to see a lot of bluffing. Do have to worry about this guy here because he is kind of meh. I'm gonna bet. We just gotta put some money in the pot. Get called. This really shouldn't be an issue. We're gonna bet it small. I'm gonna check this one. He can have a lot of 5s in the blinds, so I'm just gonna check and probably call. It's a big bet. 3's full. Can't fold it. Ace. This guy made it a rag ace and fucking called down with it. I think we just check here. Made the flush. I think we check for pot control. I think he's got a pair. If he has a pair of 10s, I'm going to be upset if it goes check, check. But I think he's going to have jacks plus here. And that's something that I can't get him off of. And 9s I could get him off of. Yeah, this is kind of a blocker bet. If I had aces here, I would raise. But then again, so would he. That's annoying. Sometimes we get bluffed here. Sometimes they get shy. Yeah. Did he have like king 9? Yeah. I don't think I'm supposed to bet that one. There's too many one-liners. We want him to bluff. And he's not supposed to have too many 9s coming out of middle position. I think he missed the kings on the board. No, he saw him. He was trying to use them. I think we can just check here. Well, good for you. That's why we don't bet. The fuck is this? I think we get out of the way here. Or get off this table, I mean. Right after I flop this set. I flopped a set. It's not a great one. I think we just build the pot until the board fills up. Because I don't think anybody raises with the flush. Know that we're going to bet the whole way. So, you know, he's just got to decide, is that too much for him to draw? Check. Could have bet it. Same player, though. I'm going to bet here. You win, bro. You're too strong. Too good for me. See another check. I'm going to bet one more time. And then check the river. Ace 10. Good for you. Nice chop. Talk about a run. 106 minutes. The guy's 5x'd his starting stack. Was that under 2 hours? It's kind of crazy. Shame you can't play more than one table. You'd be doing really good. But then again, you probably just have to run good, right? Should have just checked that ace king. Thinking back on it, on the one that I 3-bet over here from under the gun +1, I should have just checked that flop. It just looks scarier. Okay. Got shot. Six is nice. This isn't bad. I mean, you got to be a little bit worried about the 5. That sucks. That 10 sucks. So there's a lot of queen jacks that just picked up confidence cards. I mean, I don't think this player ever has a 5. The question is, does he ever have a pair? 10s, yeah. That was my theory. Can I get on this one? I don't like this seat. I'm going to get off of it. I'm not going to take that one. I'd rather stay over here with more money on the table than sit down at that fucking seat. It's not a good one. Yeah, site seems glitchy. Well, maybe that's a little bit of internet issue. I think we can go ahead and bet. Protect the ace. Get called, checking when we see the flush. Player leads right at the flush. We call. King in the river is kind of interesting. We're going to check. Yeah, you got no heart. Where's your heart, sir? Let me turn on the hotspot. Hang on. I know, we're all sat out. Motherfucker. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Connect, you fucker. Thank God I didn't miss that set. Already missed this ace-6. Ain't that a bitch? I mean, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I'm raising it. If he's got an overpair, he might just go apeshit. He calls. The diamond on the turn's kind of fun. 6 on the river. I'm going to check. Motherfucker. He never does this shit. Fuck you, you lucky shit. Make an embarrassment call and fucking run out the fucking flush. It's not even about the fucking straight. But my hand gets super downgraded. That sucks. I even fucking raised him on his stupid flop bet. I can't believe he fucking called. He fucking calls this, and then on the fucking turn, it just peels off a fucking perfect card for him. I mean, he can be bluffing there sometimes, but it's just, I'm guessing at that point. It's just fucking stupid. Yeah, it's got to be local internet. A bunch of people just got timed out. That's annoying. It's super fucking annoying. Fucking guy has run so pure on me. 3-ret this. I mean, it's not even that. It's just that the guy, like, he's gotten bailed out and he's making stupid ass bets. And, like, I'm so prepared to call in light, but I know he's bluffing with the best hand. It's just fucking disgusting. We can actually bet this for value now. So we're going to play this one like it's an overpair. He did open small. The queen on the turn is kind of interesting. I think we can check because of our showdown value. Sometimes he's going to have full house or sets. But I do think there's a chance our 9 is good all on its own. And then he bets like that. Really? Like, are you supposed to just have ace-3 or pocket 5s? I did this to myself. Checking the turn with the ace-3 suited in diamonds would make sense. Yeah, I'm giving it up. That was unfortunate. I should have kept betting the turn, but I think the outcome's the same. Well, flopped a set, my 5th hand on this one. What if I get 3-bet and no c-bet? I think somebody's paying attention. Probably should bet the turn here and bet river to take it down, but you can have it. That hand that guy had ace-10, the one he bet at. My ace-jack was good. I don't know if you guys saw that. Oh my God, take longer, bro. I don't think, yeah. I don't think I want to. Huh, same hand. That's a silly open and a silly raise, so let's get silly. Not my flop. Really? Can I not get a 3-bet? Do it. Do it. Well, 4 players in the pot. I think we have to check. I think we're going to try to ISO dabs. Six on the turn. I mean, there's a ton of players in here, so I'm not 100%. Somebody's going to bet. I don't think I want to fold. I mean, 3 on the... Well, all in. All right, we're gonna bet here, just half pot for value. We're not gonna get an ace to fold, but I don't want to get bluffed. So if I get raised, I'm just gonna fold. I mean, does this guy ever have a 6? I think I won this pot. Wow, that's crazy. Sometimes kings hold. Couldn't get any action, but I'll take it. I like the 3-bet steal. You can pretty much steal every board when you 3-bet like that. Getting some pairs now. So this player is a little shorter, so I don't really want to raise because of the SPR, so let's just call. Plus, it's a super strong hand to just be calling. So it disguises the innate showdown value of the hand. Like pocket 8s here are super strong. Got the overpair. Just going to go ahead and bet value. King of the turn's not great. I'm going to check this one back. The ace rolls off on the river for this fucking lunatic. I have to call one. Yeah, I'm going to start picking these off. I'm going to check the turn. Let's see what he does on the river. I'm just going to check. Ace jack. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the ace jack calls. All right. You, sir, are about to get throttled. You are about to get throttled, bro. Because he's going to keep trying now. Which is going to be hilarious. 6 on the turn is really good. I mean, it is a 4-way pot, but there's a lot more king queens than jacks left in the deck, so I think we just check. I like the board pairing. Makes it less likely somebody had a 6 or a set of 6s. So player behind bets raw. The only real hands that can do that are, I'm just going to call this one, are king queen. He bets the full pot. Oh, that makes the flush. I was going to say king, queen of hearts. You win, sir. We saw the raise. We're going to call it. Oh, turn that upside down. That's a great lead. It's not going to work, but it's a great lead. You're going to stop now? If you have 7s, keep going. Get all the money in. Look at this. This is where you lose to jacks all day. Aces, queen, jack. If you're not going to fold, why not just re-raise on the flop? I mean, that's like the worst run out. If you're not going to fold on this run out, why don't you just raise the flop? That 9-10 reminds me of a spot I ran into where I'm not sure what to do. It's funny because beginning players, when they don't know what to do, I'm saying like true beginners, like beginners, they fold, and then when they get a little bit more versed and they don't know what to do, they end up calling too much. Then you get to the point where if you don't know what to do, you recognize there's a lot more spots you can raise. Then it kind of comes all the way around, and you realize that if you really don't know what to do, like with all this font of knowledge, if you really don't know what to do, just fold and move on. There'll be other hands. I think we just go ahead and raise here. We just don't want to. We don't want to end up in a multi-way. Small re-raise from the shortest stack, so that'll make it fun. We obviously can never fold. You win, sir. It's not the 3-bet, it's the size of his C-bet. I think we can bet the turn and river here. Sometimes we're up against a setter and overpair, but I think it's a reasonable... He actually hit the jack. Limp calling raises with king jack offsuit. How silly of me to not see that hand. This guy with his fucking stupid min raises. The fuck is that? It is windy out there. Ugh, so stupid. It's gonna work. Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Like, how is this ever a good board for you to see that? The wind is really kicking up outside. So it's having an effect on the internet, I believe. Because we have that issue out here sometimes. So I think I'm going to play out the free ones and then take a break. Yeah, there's a lot of players having internet issues, I think. You're in that calling boat moving to folding now? Yeah. That's the thing, man. You got to realize, like, you can always fold. Like that's the thing people really don't get. And don't get me wrong, you'll go through a period where you'll end up over folding, but that doesn't come for a long time. So, if you don't know what to do, you're probably a plus EV play to just go ahead and say, fuck it. I'm out of this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it. Let's see where we're at. So I'm at 27. Well, let's see here. 27.96. So I picked up about $66. There were some big cooler hands. That one for $150 really sucked. Aces versus the ace queen, top two pair versus a set. What are you gonna do? Top set of aces. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send out a host. Please stick around for the raid, guys. I'll see you in a bit. And yeah, I'll be back in a couple hours. Just want to wait for the weather to calm down because yeah, I can see tables are getting closed all over the place. So I just don't want to keep getting disconnected. So I'll see you guys in a little while.